Welcome to the vibe where your dreams take flight. Cortez, so you know we're gonna shine so bright. Unity is how we ride. Join us in this journey and we'll take you to ride, yeah. We'll take it a ride, no. We'll take it a ride.
Welcome to Cortez Co, the Journey Podcast. In tales we weave, authenticity we breathe. Through unity and strength we achieve. Join us in this journey and be empowered to believe. Today we are joined by David Martin, a candidate whose leadership is reshaping the idea of community through empowerment and innovative thinking. David's campaign is not just about a position. It's a movement towards creating environments where every voice is heard and valued, resonating with our deepest values here at Cortez Co. In our talk today, we'll uncover the essence of true leadership through David's lens, how it's not just about leading, but lifting others with you. From the challenges of bringing real change to the moments of clarity that define our paths. David's journey offers insight into the power of authentic leadership and unity. We'll dive into the topics like building resilient communities, fostering a culture of empowerment, and a transformative moment that guide us towards our collective mission. This isn't just a story for those in David's city. It's a narrative that inspires us all to engage, connect, and make an impact in our corners of the world. Prepare to be inspired as we explore how David's leadership, principles, and vision align with our pursuit for a better, united future. Like that?
Yeah, bro, that's humbling.
Cool. Thank you so much for coming on, David.
Oh, an absolute pleasure, Jim.
I really appreciate you coming through. So what we're going to do to get started with the podcast, we're going to play a little bit of a game. Okay. You like games?
Yeah, sure, bro.
Yeah. Are you sure?
Yeah.
All right. So what we're going to do, so this will be your little thing. All right. So what we've got to do, we've got 2 pieces of paper.
Yeah.
Okay. We've got to get 4 staples across here. Okay. Fast.
Yeah.
5 along here.
Yeah.
All right. 4 along here and 5 along here.
Yeah.
Whoever wins is obviously the winner.
Uh-huh.
Okay, is going to be the mayor of Ipswich City. All right. All right. So you grab 2 pieces of paper. Okay. All right.
So 4, 5, 4, 5.
Yep. So 4, 5, 4, 5. We want to make it like a pillow. We're like stitching it up.
Sweet.
Okay. 3, 2, 1, go.
Bro, you give me a dodgy staple. Bro, I'm stitched up for a start. I got no staples.
No, it's a shock. Did you feel the shock?
No, I didn't get a shock.
Oh, really?
No, it just didn't work.
There was no shock?
Yeah, the shock says it didn't work, bro. I believed you, bro.
It was just a joke. All right, it was just a joke. That game's done. Okay? So we can just leave that. All right, we can just leave that. How'd that feel?
Yeah.
Did you feel the shock? Did the shock work?
No shock, bro.
Oh, you're lucky.
Yeah.
Far. There's normally a shock, so that was going to be the prank.
I thought the prank was there were no staples.
Nah.
Thought it was
that was good, eh? Done, eh? So if you grab this pen now and paper.
I'm getting shocked again, bro.
No. No, I'm not going to do that to you. So we also have water. Okay. We also have water if you do want to take a sip.
Sweet.
Okay.
Thank you.
But what we're going to do, okay, we're going to go over the cityscape. This is called the cityscape journey. Okay. Journeying through the cityscape. When we go through this, I really want you to take your time to really think about what it is that you can envision with you now. Okay. So you're obviously running for the mayor. This is obviously tying in with what your values are. Okay. So the first question, okay, as you walk, so you don't have to write it down. You're going to write your answer. Okay.
Right answer, yeah.
So as you walk down the city's avenue, which building representing aspects of urban life do you feel most drawn to and why?
This is in the cityscape.
Yeah.
Urban value for me is the post office.
Yeah.
So that's a CBD.
Yeah.
So it was built in 1900.
Yes.
Federation was a gift from federal government.
Yep.
So I just love our post office.
Okay.
Really sad to me that it's no longer a post office, bro.
Yeah.
It got sold off. We don't have a post office in a CBD. So
oh wow,
there's a news agent that has a post office agency, and she's lovely. Like Patricia's lovely. However, we lost our GPO post office.
Do you think that drew a lot of business to the post office if it did?
It used to, yeah. I know a lot of business owners in town used to have letterboxes there.
Yeah.
And they'd collect stuff, and the poor cafe at the back was built there, established there because of the post office trade.
Oh.
And when that went, they kind of suffered.
Damn. All right, so you want to write that down?
Yeah, sure. I was pretty privileged. Actually, I got a tour up top there the other day.
The other day? Yeah. So are they going to knock it down or?
No, to be heritage listed. So it's there for good.
Yep. Okay.
And the clock still chimes, which is, again, part of the CBD.
Yeah, it is that. So this representation, okay, this building symbolizes the area you're most passionate about transforming in your city, reflecting your priorities in governance and where your leadership can have the most significant impact. So this is what the game is. It's going deeper into your mind of what you really feel. You're imagining certain things. Yeah. All right. Number 2, the crosswalks of decision. At the bustling crosswalk, do you wait for the green signal, cross cautiously, or find a different route? What drives your choice? Write it down.
Bro, depends where I am, I guess.
Oh, yeah.
And now I'm running for public office. People got cameras everywhere, so very cautious. I wait for that little green bloke. Yeah. Do not cross on a red one anymore.
Well, there you go. And for the audience out there, why would you? Because I'm guilty of no cars, I'm going to walk.
Well, it's not being a model citizen, I guess.
Yeah.
Red, like a red arrow, like a red anything, red's danger. Yes. Don't do it. So, you wait for the green.
Yeah.
However, if you're a few hundred meters up the road, you don't need the signalized crossing. So,
far out.
Yeah.
So, the representation for that, your choice reveals your decision-making style. It shows whether you value process and patience, prefer a careful approach to challenges, or demonstrate innovative problem-solving skills. Pretty cool, yeah.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Innovative, a couple of hundred meters away, you don't need any signalization. Yeah, patience is not my forte, but
well, there you go. But that's what it is. It's getting into deeper what you really visualize. Number 3, okay, the companion of collaboration. A figure walks beside you discussing the city's future. Who is this person and what's the essence of your discussion?
Bro, that's hands down my wife. Yeah, I wouldn't be here without my wife.
Yeah.
My wife is, my rock.
Yeah.
No, just in awesome. Everything.
That's really good to hear.
She doesn't have the same passion for the city, but she's got passion for me and my belief.
Yeah.
So anything I do, she believes in. She supports, 200. So I'm out a lot. She supports that. She says she often knows where I am because of a post I put up on Facebook.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
But if she wasn't behind me, I could not do this journey. Could not do it.
That's really good.
Yeah.
That's really good to hear too. So the representation, this person represents your ideal partnership and leadership, highlighting the importance of collaboration and the types of relationships you seek to foster to achieve your vision. Pretty cool, eh?
Yeah, so good.
All right. So the alley of challenges. Describe the alley that represents an unexpected challenge and how you navigate it.
Alley of challenge.
Yeah.
Sadly, politics is pretty dirty and there's some, just nasty people out there. Like I put my hand up, say, hey, I'm Dave Martin. This is what I want to see for the city. I love this place. I want to see vision. I want to see this. I want to see that. And people just want to knock down your character.
Yeah.
They just poo-hoo your vision.
Yeah, wow.
Yeah, it's just frustrating. And sadly, just political landscape, last federal election, the bill you can't afford and the Medicare issue.
Yep.
I want to see politicians that actually have a vision and, hey, vote for me because this is what I want to see.
Yeah.
And sadly, people tend to elect somebody because of scare campaigns, and I really hate negative politics.
Yeah.
So I'm Dave Martin. I got a vision to see our city a place we'll embrace and proud to call home.
Well,
I want to see a city where, our kids, like our grandkids, can grow up. They feel safe to walk the streets.
Yes.
There's so many options. There's jobs. There's entertainment. There's restaurants. There's so much happening in our CBD.
Yeah.
I want to see our city with a football stadium. I want to see us with a NRL team, a A-League team. I want to see our city embrace our culture, embrace our past whilst looking forward towards our future. So I want to see that. Yeah, I've got vision to see good things in our town.
That's really good to hear too. Especially you're running for the mayor in our city. Mm-hmm. It's going to be a very big change. So obviously the representation, navigating the alley reflects how you tackle unexpected challenges in management. Your strategy indicates your resilience, creativity, and the readiness to address problems directly.
Right.
Which is pretty spot on with what you just said.
Well,
You do. That's what people just want to knock your character.
Yeah, sadly.
Your character down too. So, all right. Number 5, the Plaza of Unity, okay? In the plaza overflowing with diverse groups, how do you interact with these groups and what does it indicate about your community engagement vision?
Wow, bro, that's a really complicated question because there's so many different diversifications. There's so many, even genders, religions, sporting codes, the arts people. Yeah. So much it's, on the horizon. Like I get asked questions all the time. Am I xenophobic? Do I believe in, racial issues? Yeah. And wow. Like we are a really diverse culture.
Yes.
And we need to embrace all of that.
Yeah.
So clearly I don't stand for xenophobic comments or racist comments or anything like that. We have to embrace everything, and again, we need to have unity. If we don't, we just have certain little people groups and that's when you start to have issues.
Divide each other. Right?
Yeah, absolutely. So I love seeing, gay, black, straight, white, Catholic, Muslim, playing together in the same footy team or part of an arts community. Yeah. I just love seeing that and love how our culture embraces that. And I love seeing different cuisines.
That's awesome.
I can't believe when I grew up that, we had Chinese and you had KFC, you had Macca's. It's about our choices.
Yes.
Now we have so many Indian restaurants and Sri Lankan and Thai, just a whole myriad of different restaurants and opportunities to taste,
everything
from different cultures.
Yeah. Love it. And that's really good. I enjoy seeing that too. Obviously, because I'm from Philippines, it shines light on diverse cultures.
Yes.
And you don't feel left out.
Yes.
And you really don't feel left out. So your interaction in the plaza illustrates your approach to community engagement and unity, showing how you value diversity and inclusivity, aiming to create a cohesive community.
Yes.
Pretty cool, eh?
Yeah, it's good.
All right. This one's going to be pretty, I wouldn't say up yourself, but it's hard, okay? It's the monument of legacy. When the cloth is removed from the monument in the plaza's center, symbolizing your legacy, what does it portray?
It's a big question.
It is.
Hopefully I can create a culture where we feel proud to live in our city. I really get disappointed so often with our city. Like we just get downtrodden. It's only Ipswich, two heads, unemployed, this, that, everything else, crime. Willowbank, like I want to see that as the motor precinct capital of Australia.
Yeah, wow.
And at the moment, they talk about Willowbank, west of Brisbane, or they talk about, F-18's just landed in Amberley, west of Brisbane.
Not Ipswich.
There was a murder in Redbank Plains, Ipswich.
Yeah.
And we're in the news for wrong reasons. We want to embrace community because that's really what I want to see. So legacy is that, hey, we're proud to live in the city. We're proud of what we are in Ipswich, that we have plenty to offer, that it's an attractive place to come to raise a family, even come and visit, That's a legacy I want to see, Nothing about me.
Yeah.
Just a legacy of our city. We're proud to live.
Yeah. So the monument unveils the legacy you aspire to leave. Its design and symbolism, providing insights into your goals and the transformative impact you wish to have in the city and the residents.
Amen.
Pretty cool, eh? Pretty cool. And so that's little game is more for like a psychological and how you envision certain things if you were to really be drawn into your mind and really envision that types of things. You like it?
Yeah, it was good.
That's pretty good, eh?
Yeah.
That's pretty good. So obviously we want to go over certain topics of you, Mr. David Martin.
Oh, you can just call me David.
I like it. I don't know. I feel like it's like in school, like it's, you're running for the mayor, you're Mr. David Martin. It sounds better.
True.
It's Mr. David Martin.
Yeah, well, I'm a teacher. So.
Oh, you're a teacher?
Yeah.
So, really?
I teach at Juvie at the Youth Detention Centre.
Oh, well, there you go.
Yeah.
All right. So resilience through adversity. In the face of adversity, resilience becomes our melody, turning every trial into a harmony.
Right? So good.
So David, can you recount a particular challenge period in your life where resilience had to be required? How'd you navigate that?
Bro, yeah, I've had a few. So, wow. Well, 2017, I'm not sure if you know. So Paul Pasali era. Paul got sacked as mayor. He was riding on water.
Yeah.
Bigger than Ben-Hur. He was most popular politician in the country. He got, dismissed. Shortly after all these charges came, Andrew Antonelli became mayor. I put my hand up. After he became mayor, I was elected in October 2017 to be councillor for the city.
Yeah.
One of the proudest moments of my life. In May 2018, just 6 months later, Andrew got charged with fraud and state government made moves to sack the whole council. By August of that year, so 10 months after I was first elected, I got sacked on the basis of things that other people had done before I was even in council. So people who got charged and convicted and whatnot were all gone from council when I started. And I got labelled with that, you're part of the former sacked disgraced council.
Yeah.
And bro, I was not part of that at all.
Yeah.
And people said, you must have seen. Well, hey, I put my hand up in all faith and confidence and innocence that, hey, I was going to make a difference in our city. And funny enough, I won't say who, but a colleague of mine, one day there was a robust discussion in council and he said to me, that's a surefire way to get unelected if there's disunity. And I said, no disrespect, I didn't get elected to get re-elected. I got elected to make smart decisions for our city. Yeah. So I wear my heart on my sleeve and I stand by what I say and what I do. But that was a really tough time. Yeah, getting sacked and then having all that, how would you say? It was pretty hard. Well, social media was big and tirade of abuse and you're crook, you're corrupt, you're all these things. So and that's still around today. There's still a certain element. That's what I said with the negativity and that. They say, you must have seen all these things. Well, no, I didn't.
Yeah. Wow, that must suck. And so before even in that space, draw back to what David Martin was doing at 15.
David Martin at 15 was minding his own business, living the dream at school. Yeah. So how would you say? I was pretty gifted by virtue of the fact that I was lucky I got a scholarship to go to Epi Grammar.
Yeah.
So I went there. I'd love to say it was for footy, June, but it was for academics apparently.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah. So sadly enough. So I was at school and just studying away, minding my own business. All I wanted to do was be a carpenter. So when I left school, I was a chippy, you know.
Yeah, well, there you go.
I got half decent to year school, I got 920. So different things happened, broke my back and circumstance changed. So kind of went into teachers college, became a teacher.
Yep.
Yeah. So
uni for that, obviously.
Yeah. Went to uni. Yeah.
And so what drove you to be where you are now?
Today, I've always had a heart for community. So back when I was 15, pretty well used to run youth groups, Uniting Church, ran youth groups, ran camps for kids. Yeah, had a couple of mates. One mate of mine was working at Teen Challenge in the Valley.
Oh, yes.
With druggies and prostitutes and whatnot. So when I was at Teachers College, I spent pretty well a day a week with him. And then my mate Alf Calamafoni ran the youth service in Ipswich and spent time with him. So I've always had a heart for the down and out, the broken.
Yeah.
And love seeing restoration, seeing, people fulfill their potential.
Yeah.
So I was in teaching. Yeah, always just had a heart for young people, had a heart for youth, had a heart for just people.
Yeah, no, that's really good. So with you transitioning into that space, was there a specific moment of clarity that was like, okay, now I want to be in politics?
In 2017, I've never really been involved in politics. People have asked me to join a party and no way, because I've just sort of seen in political parties, I just wouldn't do it. And I want to be able to say what I want to say, not necessarily toe party lines.
Yeah.
So in 2017, we were behind Andrew Antonelli. So we helped him get elected. We were handing out for him. And that was pretty well the first time I'd ever been really involved in the campaign. Yeah. And then after that, where he was, Division 7, his old seat was up for grabs. And people said, you've always been involved with community. Why don't you put your hand up? Because I've been in Ipswich Community Youth Service. I've been on the board for 21 years. I've just stood down as chairperson. Yeah. Ipswich Regional Advocacy. I've been there 30 years. I'm on Crime Stoppers, Red Frogs, like a host of different things. I've ref touch for 20 years. I was on the board of Rugby League Ipswich. So a lot of community involvement. And I thought, good idea. So what resonated most with me, my boss said to me one day, he said, hey, Dave, how will you know if you never have a go? Is that something you're going to regret later in life? And the words of Mordecai to a lady called Esther, he said that to her. He said, hey, who knows whether you were called for such a time as this? And that really, it cut to my heart. And I thought, you know what? So I put my hand up.
Yep.
And I was elected. And as I said, it was the proudest moment of my life. It was so exciting. Different things you could do, helping people, making decisions for the good of the city, community. And that was kind of pulled there from under me. I had that ripped out after just 10 months. Like you lose an election, that's different because, you lose an election, somebody prefers somebody else. But to have that taken with, it was.
So it's even a whole different story. So when you were voted, you have that time.
Yes.
But in 10 months, it was just.
Yeah, and then got taken. So, partway through. So that was August 2018 got sacked. So I would have had another 18 months to actually, to be in council.
Yeah, to enjoy it.
So, I was set free, sacked. So then I went back teaching.
Yeah.
And, a bit of fire in the belly for, what I'd still like to see.
Yeah.
So, obviously our city was in a lot of turmoil at that stage, a lot of allegations and whatnot. I put my hand up to run for mayor. And, just the whole time I was running for mayor, just had that thrown at me. Oh, you're part of the former sack corrupt council.
Yeah.
So,
And so you're not a part of a party anymore, are you?
I never was part of a party.
Oh, okay. So how do you run now? So you
total independent.
Yeah.
So we're relying on volunteers. So as you know, June, I've got a pretty decent Facebook profile.
Yeah, definitely.
You got people. It's really humbling just out in community. People say, "Oh, you're Dave Martin," and I'll say, "Oh, sorry about that."
Yeah. Yes, I am.
Yeah. So finding on election day, 200 volunteers to hand out for you. So pretty humbling.
And so if you're a part of a party, right?
Yeah.
You have obviously support with you. They're doing all that.
Yeah, just like that. Just a heartbeat. You have people hand out for you, the ALP. Yeah, people hand out. So there's obviously advantages of being part of a party. There really are.
Yes.
Yeah.
And so, how many other candidates are their own party?
Everybody claims to be an independent.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, the mayor at the moment, she's part of, I believe she's part of the LNP.
Yep.
So she ran twice as an LNP candidate against Shane Newman unsuccessfully.
Yep.
So, I believe she still is. I'm not sure about the others, to tell you the truth.
Yeah.
But I know I'm total independent, never been part of a party.
That's awesome.
I've been asked to join the ALP and the LNP and to climb both. Yeah.
How come you didn't do it?
Oh, like I said, I want to be my own person.
Yeah.
And you're involved with a party. Well, they tell you what you can and can't think and what you can and can't say. And not that I'm feral or just, Lone Ranger, but I want to be able to advocate for things if I believe in something.
Yeah.
I don't want to have to stand by and, toe the party line.
Exactly right. Yeah. So when we light the flame of empowerment in others, we illuminate the world around us. Okay. So how do you see yourself empowering others? And at any stage in someone's life, what advice could you give to empower others right now in a situation that you're at?
Yeah, well, right now where I'm at, I teach at the Youth Detention Centre.
Yeah.
So, sad as it is, we see some, really broken kids that don't have much hope or future.
Yeah.
So try to sow seeds of, potential.
Yes.
So try to look for good in all things. I believe in a hand up, not a handout. So trying to empower people, that, hey, if I help you up, you should be able to, walk forward. You can't change your past. None of us can change our past.
Yes.
But we're all responsible for our future.
Yeah.
And need to look forward, not backwards. And sadly in life, when things happen, well, alcoholism or drugs or anything, we do that to escape what we think and oftentimes is our past. And we just need to embrace the future and, hey, I need to be going that way.
Yeah. All right. So your vision and future for specifically Ipswich, how big is it from 1 to 10?
Oh, massive.
Yeah?
15.
Oh,
yeah.
Damn.
Bro, our city has so much potential. Like, I'm born and bred here.
Yeah, that's
most of our life, our city's been told, you're not good enough. Like, we can't get an NRL team. You can't get your second town bridge.
Yeah.
It's only Ipswich. You're too close to Brisbane.
Yeah.
Our city has so much potential.
Yes.
We were almost the capital of Queensland. We're all by the capital and the railway line started.
Yeah.
Just so many times our city's been at the cusp of almost, and we just fall over at the final hurdle. Well, I want to see us actually get over that hurdle. Olympic Games are coming. I want to see us with a stadium.
Massive.
I want to see a legacy. At the moment, we have no legacy. Our legacy is we've missed out in the Olympic Games.
Yeah.
I want to see our city have a NRL team. Vlandis came out a little while ago, said we got 17 teams at the moment. So there's 3 more spots. He wants to have 20 by 2032.
Yes.
3 spots. We're apparently 5th.
Yeah.
And what irks me no end is we're 5th. And I hear nobody championing our cause. So I want to see that change soon.
Yeah.
So if I get in there, I'll be championing cause for many things.
So how would you be able to empower others? So if they're in a situation now, you said that you at the Youth Detention Centre.
Yeah.
How do you empower them?
Treating kids like I'd like to be treated. So I treat everybody as equal. Yeah. I don't look down on anybody for what they've done or where they've come from. Just trying to, as I said, lift them up and give them a hand up, not a handout.
Yeah.
So, a couple of young people from school, we've tried to help and get jobs out in the real world and turn the life around. Yeah. Sad as it is, some of these kids, they just go back to their old way of life and their old friends, and you go back to old habits. Well, sometimes you just need to cut things.
Yeah.
So I guess all of us, if we want to change, there's certain things or people in our life that want to drag us back.
Yep.
We need to move on from. We need to get rid of in our life. And that's really, really hard.
It is. It is very hard. And so when you move forward into your role as running for mayor, uncertainty.
Yeah, so much.
What does that feel for you?
Oh, how would you say?
And how would you deal with it?
The uncertainty about running or the uncertainty you want to get in? Or?
So both, running and your personal and your professional life.
Yeah, well, I guess my vision for the last couple of years at least has been focused on this city, seeing good things in our city.
Yeah.
So, wow. I guess I've lived, breathe and eat that for the last little while. So I know I've got nothing in the tank. Like this morning I was at Goodness train station, heading out. Hey, my name's Dave Martin. I'd love your support for Mayor of the City.
Yeah.
So come 17th of March, day after election, I want to know I've got nothing left in the tank. Mm-hmm. Like we've lost, glory. Back in the day, used to play footy.
Yeah.
Lost 3 grand finals, and if you come off.
Nice.
No, it's no good. No good. Actually, I was telling someone on the weekend, what's his name? Oh, Davey, he was our back rower and he was Australian country and he got taken out early in the game. Look, we're up 9-0. He got taken out. They broke his ribs, got kicked in a ruck. He went off. Yeah, we got beat. And, you come off, you're disappointed. And what disappointed me more now in hindsight is I still had something in the tank. I know I wasn't totally spent, I knew that and just thought,
you could have given that.
Yeah. Could have given a little bit more.
A little bit more. I think we all have that. It's that, they say that's that 1%, but you just, at the time, you're like, I can just lay back a little bit. And especially in football, you have the other team to rely on a little bit. Yeah. Whereas an individual sport will be a little bit harder.
Yeah.
So with resilience, how does your resilience weigh up when you're in a position where you only last for 10 months?
Yeah.
How was your resilience there?
Well, my resilience was okay. Look, I had that cut from under me. I didn't resign after 10 months. I had that taken from me. So I like to think I'm pretty resilient. Yeah. And as I said, I like to think that, I've copped a lot of knocks and a lot of criticism and some of it potentially justly, some unjustly. Yeah. I like to think I've bounced back and I like to think I'm a stronger person for it. So I know last election, probably shell-shocked by different things. So sad as it is, because people say, that's politics, you have to expect it. Well, I don't think you should have to. I think we should be able to have a rational debate of what I want to see, what somebody else wants to see without making things personal and attacking somebody's character. I just think it's really sad how politics and our state, well, not just state, the country, just the world. People just get ridiculed all the time. Like you have a look over in America, for example, Donald Trump, like he's just throwing stones at Joe Biden. Joe Biden does the same.
Yeah.
Like seriously, just, hey, what do you want to see happen? And that's what I say. I want to see, I love this city. And I think I said earlier on Facebook, so many people that are on my page, they live in Ipswich.
Yes.
But if you look at their profile, it says Brisbane because they're ashamed to say I live in Ipswich. Right? So particularly Springfield. So I want to see us united as a city because there's a bit of an us and them.
Yeah.
We're all Ipswich.
All under one, hey?
And I want to see us, excited to live in the city. So where do you live? Hey, I live in Ipswich. I'm proud. I'm born and bred here. And I want to see people proud they live in the city. They're not here because, it was cheap housing, or they're not here because of circumstance. They're here because, hey, they love this place.
And so did you always grow up with that mindset of Ipswich?
No, not at all. Like when it's probably we just grew up as kids. And when I first went to uni, I couldn't believe down in Brisbane, everyone's saying, Ipswich, downtrodden city and all this. And I hadn't even realised, I guess, because just grew up in a little bubble, think, hey, Ipswich is all right. And you go to Brisbane, you're told it's no good. So, and that's a mindset that a lot of people have about our place.
Yeah.
And it's funny how people come to our city and they see our heritage, they see our culture, they see different things. They think, well, hey, this place isn't too bad.
It's not bad, eh?
So I want to, absolutely. I want to capitalise that and grow that. And
so with your past going into your future, how was problem solving a massive issue for you, especially in your time now? How do you juggle problem solving?
Yeah, that's a good question. I guess it depends on the problem. So you try to look for answers.
Yep.
I'd like to think I try to look outside the box.
Yep.
Like our city at the moment is an enormous debt.
Yeah.
And we've never actually embraced business community to work together on partnerships, to have sponsorships.
Yeah.
So our city, how would you say? We have so many people that have made so much money in our city and left no legacy. I look at Toowoomba, the Berghofers. I look at what the Wagners are doing up there, and I want to see people in our city actually invest in our city, people that have made money in our city. Say, hey, you know what? I want to give back. I want to commit some money to different projects. I want to see like the woolen mills over at North Ipswich. I want to see them restored. I want to see that as a cultural hub. I want to see East Street markets, but clearly we need money. And sadly, our council has no money at the moment. So I want to embrace community. Hey, what do you guys want to do? We want a partnership and actually see some good things happen.
And so if we were to leave, if you weren't running for mayor, what would you do for problem solving in your everyday life, in your personal life? Is it still the same values as what you would running for mayor?
I'd like to think so, thinking outside the box. Like I said, kids back at school, so problem solving. Like when I went to Juvie, Youth Detention Centre, the previous government, Campbell Newman government, shut our school. I was at Nyanda High. They shut our school. So we were given a choice of anywhere we wanted to go. And a mate of mine at that stage was at Juvie, said, hey, Dave, come over. I believe you could do some things with these kids.
Yeah.
So I went there and there was a mechanic shop. And they said it just wasn't working. So I'm a chippy, like a carpenter. So we brought in a construction program and it's going gangbusters. And usually when someone comes into our centre, that's where they go down and have a look. Hey, have a look at the program here. We've also got hospitality and a few other things happening. But construction. And I was trying to instill in kids to give back to community.
Yeah.
So since I've been at Juvie, so what's that, 10 years, we've given out over 400 little picnic tables that have gone to daycare centres, preschools across southeast Queensland. We've made about 60 park benches that have gone out 2.4 metres. There's a few dotted around footy clubs and community groups around, southeast Queensland. We've made, I think, 9 cubby houses. So kids actually make something and give back to community. So teaching, it's better to give than receive.
Yes. Yeah, definitely.
Because, sadly, there's just this me mentality.
Always.
Yeah.
It's always, It's
so to give back to community,
So let's enlighten the audience out there and how it all works. So you've got the what's it called?
Pre-poll.
Pre-poll?
Yeah.
And how does that work? They go to...
Well, there's 4 polling booths for pre-poll.
Yeah.
So the actual election day is the 16th of March, but there's 2 weeks where you can vote before then.
Yep.
So you just turn up to a polling booth. So the system we have in our city, there's 4 divisions.
Yes.
So depending on where you live, you'll be in a division. So you get to vote for 2 councillors and then you get another paper that you vote for 1 mayor.
And so that's you voting for 1 mayor?
Yeah.
David
voting
Martin.
for me. Well, that's a bloke, But we just got to man those booths. And again, without a party, it's hard because you need retired people that believe in me, you know? So, wow.
And how's that? Really how's that looking?
Pretty good. Yeah, we've nearly got all our booths filled.
Yeah,
so,
no, that's really good.
Because it is, how would you say, somewhat disconcerting because a lot of people aren't engaged in politics at all and they'll turn up, I don't know anybody. And if you don't have someone there to say, well, hey, this bloke, Dave Martin, he's a good guy. So it's really humbling, again, having people that believe in me to hand out and say, hey, I believe in this guy. Vote for him if you want to see some change.
Yeah. And it's really good to see that it's just yourself doing it. It would be very, very humbling just to see yourself.
Well, bro, I can't claim credit. That's my wife. She's the brains behind, like organising all the polling booths and things. Yeah.
For you, how much stress is your mind looking like now?
Yeah, how would you say? Mate, I've got a pretty good God.
Yeah.
And I pray daily and commit my life and my way. And as I said, if I didn't have a wife 200% behind me, it'd be I couldn't even begin to comprehend how you could run without that support from home.
Yes.
So we're a team. So my wife is so good.
No, that's really good.
Yeah.
And so once the March the 16th?
Yes.
How long will it take? Will it take a day just to have everything?
Well, because there's only 6 people, I believe, pretty well, end of March 16th.
Yeah.
They start counting straight away. It might be close, but we could well find out the end of the night.
Yeah.
And then counting will continue the next day. So we could find out by the end of March 16th. Yeah.
And what will you be doing March the 16th?
Oh, we're having a bit of a party. So either way, so I'm 60 this year, June. So this is it, right? It's my last roll of the dice. So
when's your birthday?
October.
Oh, okay. Yeah, nice.
So this is last row of the dice. So people say, if you don't get in, what are you going to do? Well, hey, I'm going to go back to a comfortable life and do some things for me and my wife, because we put so many things on hold. Like we're going to go on a couple of holidays and just being focused on, running a city and what we can do and just get asked to so many things. So at the moment, like my, social life is all about, where I am for potentially trying to get my name out there or just different functions. And it's probably, somewhat, I don't know about selfish, but if I bow out of public life, that's it. Because people say, what will you do? And because it's pretty humbling. I get invited to different things just by virtue of the fact that I have a little bit of a profile. Like I'm a nobody. I'm just Dave Martin. Like I just believe
Mr. Dave Martin.
Yeah, no, you say that. I'll be the same guy. Like if I'm mayor of the city or I go back to teaching at Youth Detention Centre, I'll be exactly the same guy. So I like to think I'm approachable. People come up and say, hey, Dave, how are you? Hey, I'm good, bro. Yeah.
So sacrifice is a massive thing. Even outside of, what sacrifices did you make before even running for mayor?
Well, I think a lot of sacrifices come because I'm running for mayor.
Yes, yeah.
So, just time, So it takes a lot of time away from my wife.
Yep.
Like most nights at the moment I'm out. Like I said this morning, I'm up at 5:45, so she's got to get up at 5:45 with me.
Yeah.
Because you can't have an alarm go without her waking up. So, just sacrifice the time. So we spend so much time apart by virtue of the fact I'm at different functions. Like yesterday I was handing out how to votes. At Ripley.
Yep.
And then in the afternoon, I come home for all of 10 minutes and had to get over to the Jets, watch a game of footy.
And so for the audience, what piece of advice would you give for sacrificing something if you want to achieve what you want to achieve?
Well, it depends on how much you believe in something, eh?
Yeah.
Like honestly, if you believe in something enough, then it's not really sacrifice.
Yes.
Like you're in a relationship with somebody, you lay your life down. Well, that's the ultimate, isn't it? You lay your life down for somebody and kind of think at the moment, I put my life on hold for, the good of what I believe, the good of the city.
Yeah.
And my wife is, she's laid down her rights to being my wife just by virtue of the fact that I'm away so much.
Yeah.
So post the election, if I'm not elected, then we'll just be off in oblivion as a couple,
Wow, right. I'm nervous, man. Honestly, I'm so nervous.
Yeah, well, wouldn't be telling the truth if I wasn't.
I've got this personal connection with you though. So you see, it's different. I don't go out and just see, the other politicians out there.
Yeah.
You're very different. Compared to all them, so it's going to be like, I'm just going to be waiting, David Martin, I'm going to be sad. I'm not going to bring it up. It's just, this whole journey for you to even come on here and to even see where you're at now. It's been an awesome chat, but we just want to give something for the audience now.
Sure.
What advice could you give someone that's going through a hard time, and like, what would resilience look like for you if you were to give them some advice?
Well, Winston Churchill is supposed to be one of the greatest orators.
Yeah.
Winston, right? So he led the UK, the United Kingdom during World War II, and he spoke once at a public school. He got up and he spoke and he said, never give up. Never, ever, ever give up.
Yeah.
And he sat down. And people, at the time,
it was like, that's all.
Yeah. And then people thought about it and they thought, wow. So if you get advice on something, if you're going through a hard time and you believe in the end goal, you just don't give up.
But at what point do you see yourself not giving up? There's that point where it's just so easy to give up. You don't see much support, right? How important is the community when you're at that time like that?
Oh, well, that's what I said. Like, I'm honestly humbled. Like, even at the footy yesterday, people just coming up, hey, Dave, we got your back. You're good for the city. So just so much encouragement. And like, how would you say, we all mix in our own circles. And in our own circles, we talk to people that have similar values.
Yeah.
And like, obviously, my circles can say, hey, Dave, you got this. But it's pretty exciting when people, I don't even know, come up, hey, and really humbling, Like, I get teary sometimes. Oh, don't ever get your prostate out.
Yeah.
They don't tell you about that.
There you go.
They give you a shot of estrogen. They take out your manhood.
What is the emotions behind this whole feeling? What emotions run through you?
Oh, well, like I said, June, like seriously, just so humbling. And yeah, just like responsibility, because I don't want to let people down. So I've cast a vision for some things that I want to see and feeling proud about our city. Well, I don't want to get in there and let people down and not be able to deliver. So I've got 4 years. So if I get in, I've got 4 years. And if at the end of 4 years I haven't achieved some of the infrastructure projects I've spoken about, if our woolen mills aren't looking good, if I'm, not doing things with community groups, if our parks are still overgrown, then hey, I won't go to re-election. I'll be standing there and say, hey, look, I'm sorry I couldn't deliver.
Yeah.
So
how would your mindset be? Society is a massive, we judge. It's a massive society, especially with social media.
Yes.
You have this goal, this vision, but if you don't get elected, how would you feel? You've got so much people supporting you.
Yeah.
But how does that feel mentally for you? Society has got this way of, could you walk down the street of Ipswich and be that person and go, hey, are you David? Are you going to be thinking, oh, far out, I lost the election. They don't believe in me anymore. So do you think you're going to get that exact same type of welcome if you don't?
Yeah, well, I lost last time, like 2020. So I ran for mayor and I lost pretty substantially. And I was gutted. I was crushed. Because again, our circle of friends told us, oh, you've got this, you're going to win it. And I did. I felt really crushed. This time around, like, I honestly know I've got nothing in the tank. And if people don't want Dave Martin to lead the city, well, hey, that's fine. Yes. And I'm comfortable in that. And as I said, if that's it. So I'm cast a vision, and if people want to jump on board and they want to back that vision and see good things, and that's up to them. And like I said, I don't, cast aspersions on anybody else. There's some things that have happened that this current council's done that are just scratch my head at. Like, I'm not sure if they spent $72 million on a set of cinemas that nobody wants. Well, in town there.
Oh, really? I didn't even know that.
$72 million. Our city is almost $500 million in debt now. And $72 million on a set of cinemas. So as you know, in town, 200 metres away is Limelight. Limelight's sort of struggling. I go to Limelight and you sit there, and oftentimes there's a dozen of you in the audience.
Yeah, when they should be packed, jam-packed.
72 million, we could build an athletics track. We could put money towards our footy stadium, our town bridge, like so many things we could do with 72 million.
Yeah.
So it's so disappointing.
With your life growing up, has mental health been an issue for you?
No, I've been pretty fortunate. I grew up in a pretty unhappy household. And
unhappy?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, so, how would you say? I can't really remember my mum and dad ever really conversing, talking, you know. But, when you're a little kid and you find out how kids happen, I thought, wow, how did that happen, bro? So mum and dad never spoke, but kind of old school. Yeah. They just stuck together. Yeah. So I grew up with that. Like, just different other things happened. My first wife, divorced me. So a bit of turmoil with that. My daughter. So I've had turmoil, but been pretty good. Like I said, I'm got a Christian faith and I've got a pretty good God. But I do empathise with people that have mental health issues, because I know some people have been some really dark places.
And you can see that too.
Yeah, so sad, and want to be there for people, because a mate of ours, he jumped in front of a train. He was supposed to come around for tea one night, and my wife wasn't that bad a cook, and he just didn't come. We got the call. Yeah. And, you beat yourself up. And it's like mental health is dead set true. And I really empathize with anyone going through health issues, mental health issues. Yeah.
And that's the thing. That's something that I wanted to talk about with you as well, as a topic, just to see what you see as mental health, especially from where you are now, in the position that you could potentially be at soon. Yeah. Can you draw more to that once you're the mayor? Can you draw more to mental health and these young people once you're there? Could you do that?
Well, that's a really, good question. Sadly, local council doesn't have funds for that. Like, that's, state and federal funding. They have mental health wards and whatnot. I'd like to think it'd be empathetic and sympathetic to community. Like, I want to see community groups embrace a whole host of things. Yes. They want to be there as council to provide support and service wherever we can, because, it is a big issue. And so many things in our society, like homelessness in the mall, as you know. So want to see, that address and what we can do to, fix these problems. But I believe, come back to schools, schools have a community, a sense of pride in a school. Yep. So I want to instill that with kids. I want to go to schools, instill that sense of pride. So around our school grounds, we have gardens. I'll be doing that. I'll be throwing some money at that, be having competitions. Who's got the best looking school grounds, the tidiest school grounds, because that's really sad. You see some schools, you see a trail of litter, going to and from school. Yeah. I want to see that stop. That, hey, I'm proud to live in the city. I'm proud to go to Ippy High. I'm proud to go to Bremer High. I'm proud to go to Bellbird Park. Yeah. I don't want to litter this neighbourhood.
Yeah.
I'm proud to live here.
Yeah. Have a little drink break, David.
Yeah, sweet.
Have a little drink break. I know you've been talking a lot.
Sorry about that. You keep asking questions.
That's what we're meant to do.
Bro, I can't believe you did that to me.
Yeah.
Bro, what is that?
It's vinegar.
My eyes are watering.
Are you awake now?
I just didn't know I was asleep.
That's a good one. I promise you. Oh, feel better?
Better than the last one, yeah.
Oh, sorry, I had to do that. So that's why lucky this didn't work.
Yeah, I'm real lucky. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, you got the whiff of vinegar now, hey?
Yeah, thanks for that.
Clean out your insides, I guess.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
So could you suggest a simple way for someone to begin empowering others around them?
Well, I guess the best way is being a role model, you know? Like if you can't practice what you preach, you know, you're in a lot of trouble. So yeah, living what you say and just being a good role model. Like we've all had mentors in our life because you appreciate and respect what you see people doing. So people often ask, how can they get into youth work or youth service? Well, hey, there's plenty of organizations. Join Scouts, join Girl Guides, youth groups, get involved with church, Red Frogs. There's so many places you can go, YMCA. And help out, you know?
Yeah. What's a quick tip for fostering innovative thinking in everyday challenges?
Man, that's a loaded question. Thinking outside the box, I think.
Yeah.
Like, too often we go back to what we know. And as I said earlier, you know, we need to think outside the box to see problem solve. Like Steve Jobs, you know, he had a concept for Apple computer, you know, well, thinking outside the box, you know, things that have never been done before.
Yeah.
And sometimes what we think, like who would have thought 30 years ago you'd have mobile phones?
Yeah,
you know?
exactly. Yeah.
So you get laughed at and now, wow, how do you do without one?
Yeah.
So just thinking outside the box, you know.
Yeah. So what's the first step in adapting positively to change or uncertainty?
Trying to embrace again, you know, you can't change the past. So embracing the now and the future and looking forward to a better tomorrow. So troubles come, can't do anything about it. Like if I have a car accident on the way home, rats, you know, I've had a car accident, can't change it. But
I'd be mad.
Yeah, what am I going to do about tomorrow, you know? So sorting out a new car and because can't change the past.
Yeah.
Can't continue crying over it.
There you go.
So looking to the future.
That's good. How can someone take the initial step towards building a meaningful legacy?
Well, I'd sort of say, I think having a life that actually has an impact. So funny you say that because I think most people, when they start to get old in life, they think, well, what have I left behind, you know? They want to leave a legacy. Well, what do you do? What have you done? What have you sown into people's lives? What have you sown into community? Because people remember those things. Yeah. Like at a funeral, people never talk about how much money you've left behind. People never talk about how many, you know, bedrooms you had in your house. Yeah. They talk about what you did. They talk about your kids. They talk about, you know, the impact you had on community.
What's your definition of legacy?
Something that lasts more than a lifetime.
Yeah. Well, I like that. Yeah, I like that. And so with who you are now, you know, you get looked at as the guider. Yeah. Sometimes do you feel sometimes you've got to be the traveler?
I don't even know that I'm the guider at the moment. Like, I mean, yeah, you got to travel on a journey. If you're not, how would you say, if you're not moving forward, like they always say, it's a lot easier to navigate when you're moving. Yeah. If you're like sitting here, I've got to actually get up to move. Yeah. So yeah, you definitely need to be traveling to be, going somewhere.
Far out. And so, and that's the thing, you know, once you are that guide. At what stage do you feel like sometimes you're that traveler? Do you feel like you're the traveler now?
Yeah, well, I'm definitely traveling on a journey. Yeah.
Do you enjoy it?
Yeah, look, I must confess, if I didn't like it, I wouldn't do it. Yeah. So it is exciting. It is daunting.
Stressful?
How do you say? I don't really get stressed.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, because people ask that. I can't say I really am because, like I said, I know I'm doing all I can. Yeah. If I was sitting at home twiddling my thumbs, what can I do? Well, yeah, I would be.
Yes.
But I'd like to think I'm ticking boxes and kicking goals and meeting people and talking to people, talking to community. Like I've been invested with community for sporting groups and arts community and, you know, churches for ages. And, good. Yeah.
So what's one thing, before we wrap up, what's one thing that you would like to say to your audience, your voters? Yeah. What would you like to say to your voters?
Oh, to voters. Yeah. Well, thank you for supporting me. Am I looking here at the camera?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'd like to say thank you so much for your support. I honestly hope I don't let you down. I have a vision to see our city be a place that we're all proud to call home. That's really number one what I want to see. I want to see a city where, like I said earlier, you know, we got cafes, we've got restaurants, we've got culture. We just got so much happening in our city. You don't need to go anywhere. Yeah,
that's all here. Perfect. Yeah. No, thank you so much. And, you know, for the audience out there, please make sure you like, subscribe this channel. You know, we've got a lot of more awesome guests coming on. But that brings us to a wrap for Cortez Co, The Journey Podcast. Thank you so much, David Martin, for coming in.
Absolute pleasure, bro.
Thanks. Thank you so much. Did you enjoy that?
Yeah, I did.
Wow, yeah, that was awesome.
Didn't enjoy the vinegar.
Welcome to the vibe where your dreams take flight. Cortez, so you know we're gonna shine so bright. Unity is how we ride. Join us us in this journey and we'll take you to ride, yeah.